What's going on, guys? I'm Andrew.
I'm Jason.
And this is Movie Source.
Today we're doing a trailer review for Suicide Squad.
Alright, so this is our third trailer now. We had a Comic-Con trailer. We had the other trailer that came out a few months ago. Now this trailer. Spoiler warning, guys. If you have not seen Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, please come back to this video after you've seen it, because we're going to talk a little bit about that, because there are some stuff in this trailer that reference that film. So really, from the beginning, we got the bad guy, the DA from the film The Green Hornet, starring Seth Rogen and Christoph Waltz, and he's talking about like how if Superman would come down to the he's speaking about Superman basically in the past tense, about it coming down to the White House and ripping off the roof. Who would have stopped him? That's clearly an indication that this is after Batman v Superman, after Superman has died. And also, too, I love how he's describing how Superman's coming down to the White House and ripping off the roof. That's clearly, basically, in Superman 2, General Zod, Ursa, and Non, they come down to the White House, literally do the exact same thing. So I thought that was a cool little Easter egg of describing some events in Superman 2. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's keeping the theme going of, people being on both sides of Superman. Yeah. Is he good? Is he bad? What if he goes rogue? Something like that. So...
No, definitely. Also, too, when the logo comes and we see the Joker laugh and it's tilting and tilting.
Yeah, that's a little touch for the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
It makes it a little more fun. I love the colors, too, of the background.
Yeah,
they're very, really pastel
cool.
watercolor.
And also, too, I've noticed on all three trailers, they've changed it. Like, in the first one, it's just black background with its cool logo and just not very colorful lights. Then the second trailer, there was a lot more colorful lights, and this one's even more colorful. So I love the color palette and all the lights they're going with.
I just hope that's the theme of this whole movie. Like, a lot of people said Batman v Superman had, no humor, which we disagree with. But I hope this movie does take a little bit more of a lighthearted tone, even though it is going to cover some serious subject matter. Like, I hope it is more funny, because it's all a bunch of these misfits that are very dysfunctional.
Definitely, so. And it's going to be for sure. It's going to be a serious film with a lot of comedic elements to it, and I hope some horror elements to it, which it looks like it's going to be, and which I love. So, and again, I love the whole the concept of a group of misfits and people who just don't belong together, just working together. So I love that whole idea too. I love the shot of Harley Quinn with the mallet. That's a reference to Harley in the New 52 comics. And also, if you look on that mallet, you'll see the Suicide Squad logo. So I thought that was cool. And also, when Will Smith is shooting after he says the Joker's reference thing, y'all are jokers or something like that, he starts shooting his bullets, and you can see when the bullets are going into the target, you can see the Suicide Squad logo there. So again, I love them. I love the little subtle references and the marketing in this. It's really well done.
Definitely. And we also got to see a few more shots and lines from the Joker, played by Jared Leto, who I think is going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be way different than anything we've ever seen, and I think it looks pretty good so far. So
like what you said there. That's what I took away from this. It didn't remind me at all of Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson, while still feeling like the Joker, which I loved. And if you notice, in that scene, in one of the scenes, he's like, "Are you sweet talking me? That you're gonna get yourself hurt," or something like that. He's talking to Common, if you can look in the mirror, and Common is playing one of the main bad guys in this, Master T, aka the Tattoo Man. So that makes me wonder, are him and the Joker working together? Or, because obviously Joker doesn't really work with people. He says he does, but then he's off.
He does his own thing.
He does his own thing. If you remember, again, this is not the same Joker, obviously, but in The Dark Knight, he had a plan with those robbers, and he clearly double-crossed them and all of them, which I love. That's the Joker. So I'm hoping, and I'm sure it's going to be the same thing. Maybe they're working together, and then he's going to double-cross and do something on him, which I hope.
He seems a little bit like mob bossy, sort of, just, who's just the leader of himself, basically, not over anybody else. I mean, he just wants to be doing his own thing the whole time. So.
For sure. And I love a lot of the shots we get to see, too, of Batman in it. We get to see him. There's a couple. He's holding, it looks like Harley Quinn, and I mean, it's a woman, but it looks like he's holding Harley Quinn, and he's taking her to the Batmobile. Then there's another shot of him on the purple Lamborghini. We've seen that shot before. Yeah. And then there's another intense, cool shot. At first glance, I thought it was like when someone's on fear toxin or something and you see the demon face of Batman. I thought it was something like that, but after, careful glance, it's an air breather tube, so he can jump into the water. Because in my opinion, I would assume the Lamborghini, Joker's car that he's pursuing, has gone into the water, and he's probably jumping in to save them both. And you can see later in the trailer, he's jumping into water. So I've since the animated series, I wanted to see Batman wear an air tube and jump into water and go underwater. Like, well, we saw it in Batman Forever, but this one looks way sicker. No offense to Val Kilmer. So
And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much Batman is actually in this movie. I
Definitely.
think he'll be a little bit, just maybe 15 minutes or so.
Yeah,
I guess we'll have to see.
I'm thinking around 15, 20 minutes or so. But what I like the clever editing in this, because it's hard to tell. Is he in one big sequence where he's chasing the Joker and Harley, or because it looked like there were several
or
sequences?
a few short sequences.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see. And also too, I remember when they were filming this, I was following the filming of it a little bit. I noticed Ben Affleck was on set, so I mean, I'm assuming Bruce Wayne is. I mean, obviously Ben Affleck's on set, but not in Batman gear. He was like in Bruce. He was wearing like what multimillionaires would wear, or billionaires in this case. So I mean, he was wearing a suit, a tie, and everything. So I would assume, and he was shooting. So I would assume Bruce Wayne is going to make some kind of appearance in this film as well. So
yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. And one other thing I saw too, that kind of gave away for me. We see that Slipknot. One of the members of the Suicide Squad, and actually too, right before that, they're inserting basically chips into their brain so that if they disobey them in any way or try to escape, they'll die. And you see right when they say that Slipknot shoots a rope up, and that's what he's a master in ropes, by the way. He shoots a rope up. It looks like he's to me at least, I could be wrong. It looks like he's trying to escape, and to me, right then and there, Rick Flag hits the kill switch or Amanda Waller, and he makes an example. So the rest of the squad's like, yeah, we have to follow.
Do that.
We have to follow. We're gonna follow these guys' orders. Even though our helicopter's been shot down and we've kind of got control, still got to follow orders here. So I like and I like that establishing set right there. And also too, if you want to get a clear cut of what this film's gonna be like, watch the animated film Batman: Assault on Arkham. It's really good, and it shows a lot of how the Suicide Squad work together. And it's a lot of these characters, and I think Killer Croc is the only substitution in that for King I think it's King Shark, I believe. So I could be wrong, but that's who I believe. But overall, I love this movie looks really fun. That's what I loved about the trailer, from the colors to the humor to the tone. It felt like a lot of fun, which is something a lot of people are clearly
they've been wanting since Batman v Superman.
Well, yeah,
didn't give that to them.
Yeah, that's been a big complaint. But I mean, that film to me wasn't set out to be fun. And what I love about what DC is doing, they're making films where it's not going to feel the same every time. Oh, we're just going to be no, it's going to be like kind of like what Marvel does. Like on some, like Captain America: Winter Soldier is a political thriller that happens to have superheroes in it.
They just all have their own different styles for the different movies,
and that's what I want. And I love what DC is doing here. It doesn't feel the exact same as Batman v Superman. And I love how they're going with different directors. You got Zack Snyder in Justice League, Batman v Superman. You got David Ayer in Suicide Squad. You got James Wan doing Aquaman, Patty Jenkins doing Wonder Woman. You got a lot of different great talent of directors doing all these films. So I love what DC is doing. I know, Batman v Superman wasn't the most critically acclaimed. It definitely could have been a little better. I still enjoyed it. And I love the direction of where we're going with the DC. And again, I'll hold judgment till after I see this film. But everything I've seen so far, I'm really liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm liking a lot too, especially from this movie, where I think that it'll take a completely different tone from Batman v Superman, and at the same time, once we see this movies and also other movies in the DC universe, it'll make Batman v Superman maybe start to make a little more sense to some people. So We'll have to see it. It's going to be interesting to see what DC can do. All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for this video. Let us know what you thought about the trailers in the comments section, and if you like these videos, you can hit the subscribe button.
See you guys next time.